Today, we're going to take a look inside the mind of someone who's basically the architect of our AI future, Demis Hassabis. All right, let's dive right in. We're talking about the CEO of Google DeepMind. This guy isn't just some pioneer. He is actively building the future of AI. And the stuff he's already pulled off, it's honestly staggering. Okay, just to give you a sense of the level we're operating on here. After he won the Nobel Prize for his incredible protein-folding AI, AlphaFold, he talked about this surreal moment. He got to sign the Nobel book, and his name went right next to Feynman, Marie Curie, Einstein, Niels Bohr. Wow, it's just incredible. And look, that achievement with AlphaFold, it's already changing medicine as we speak. But his team, they're not stopping there. They're now building stuff that feels like it's been pulled straight out of a sci-fi movie. It starts with a model they've nicknamed Genie. So what is this thing? What is this Genie model that sounds like something out of a fairy tale? Well, get this. It's an AI that doesn't just spit out a video. Nope, it generates an entire, playable, interactive world, just from a single sentence you type in. You can describe a scene, and bam! Genie builds a virtual space you can actually walk around in, rendering every single pixel as it goes. And this is a really fundamental shift in how we think about building virtual worlds. The old way, game developers would have to manually code physics engines and hand build every 3D object. Genie just does the opposite. It learns this stuff, this intuitive physics, just by watching millions of videos. Then it basically reverse engineers a totally consistent world all by itself. And you know who finds this totally mind-blowing? Hassabis himself. He actually started his career back in the 90s programming video games. He remembers how unbelievably hard it was to do this stuff by hand, to code something as simple as, say, the reflection on water. And now, an AI just learns how to do it by watching videos. But here's the thing. Genie isn't just about making cool video games. Not at all. Its ability to generate these worlds is really just a stepping stone. It's part of a much, much bigger picture. So you're probably wondering, okay, why? Why pour all this time and energy into building a world generator? What's the real point here? Well, the answer is this really elegant three-step process. See, if you want an AI to act safely and effectively in our physical world, like imagine a robot helper in your house, it first has to understand our world. Genie is basically the ultimate sandbox. It's a virtual training ground where an AI can learn the fundamental rules of reality before it even thinks about taking a single step in the real world. And honestly, this is the piece that's been missing from AI for a long time. For a system to be what we call general intelligence, it can't just be a language expert that's read the entire internet. It has to actually grasp the physics of the world around us. That's the real key to unlocking whatever comes next. And that deeper understanding of reality, well, that's what unlocks what Hassabis says has been his motivation his entire life. Yeah, for him, this was never just about building cool tech for the sake of it. The goal, since he was a kid, has always been to build artificial general intelligence, AGI, for one specific reason: to use it as the ultimate tool to accelerate scientific discovery for humanity. And listen, this isn't some far-off futuristic dream. It's already happening. DeepMind's AI is already making huge contributions in the real world. We're talking biology, material science, even helping to control the super-hot plasma inside nuclear fusion reactors. Come on. But we're not there yet. Not quite. According to Hassabis, even with how powerful today's AI is, it's still missing a few critical, almost human-like abilities that it needs before we can really call it AGI. He makes a great point. He says, look, an AI can master a game like Go, but it can't invent a game as brilliant as Go. It's missing that true creativity. It doesn't have those intuitive leaps that connect different fields, the kind of thing that defines great scientists. Plus, it's not consistent, right? It can have PhD-level skills in one area and then turn around and make a simple mistake a high schooler wouldn't. And a big one, it can't just learn new things on the fly, continuously, like you and I can. So what's the timeline then? Where does that leave us? Well, Hassabis thinks a system that's truly capable of AGI is probably about 5 to 10 years away. He figures we still need 1 or 2 more big breakthroughs to get there. But he also predicts we're going to see a genuine wow moment in robotics in just the next couple of years, all thanks to these improving world models. Okay, so let's zoom out. What does our world actually look like when these technologies start to become mainstream in the near future? Well, for starters, it means a huge, massive democratization of creativity. We're talking about a future where pretty much anyone can bring an idea to life. You'll be able to create images, videos, maybe even entire interactive worlds without having to learn a single piece of complicated software. And what's so fascinating is this dual effect it's going to have. On one hand, it empowers everyday people, you and me, to become creators. But at the same time, it gives superpowers to the professionals, making them 10, maybe even 100 times more productive. They'll be able to instantly try out and test new ideas in a flash. Hassabis thinks this is going to lead to completely new kinds of entertainment. It's not just going to be about sitting back and passively watching a story that someone else made. Instead, imagine diving into these incredible, dynamic worlds that visionary artists have built, and then you get to co-create your own experience inside of them. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? The 10-year vision? Hassabis really believes that within a decade, AGI is going to kick off a brand new renaissance, a modern golden age, an absolute explosion of scientific discovery across pretty much every field you can think of. And that leaves us with one final big question to think about. As these incredibly powerful tools for creation become available to everyone, what happens to our shared culture? Do we all retreat into our own little AI-generated worlds, fragmenting into billions of personalized realities? Or will we discover new, even more incredible ways to come together and share universal stories?